Hi, my name is Tyrus McKnight. If you haven't heard about Anchor, it's the easiest way to make a podcast. Let me explain. It's free. There's a creation tool that allows you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. Anchor will distribute your podcast for you, so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many more. You can make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. It's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. Please download Anchor, the free podcast app, and go to Anchor FM to get started.
Hello.
Hi. Okay.
Hey.
Everybody's on time. Everybody's on time.
Indeed.
You got going.
Doing all right, man. How about
Yeah,
yourself?
doing well. How are you?
But a little bit tired, but
Right.
nowadays.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Life of a grinder.
So, yeah, right. Into it. Entanglements. That's the that's
Man.
the word of
Word of the week.
if not year.
You know what I'm saying?
So for those who don't know, Jada all good relationship. What's funny about that? We're gonna get into that as well. But let's talk about it. So I'm gonna start with Nydia. Yes.
Okay. So
What are your thoughts?
as far as these are my thoughts. So the whole entanglement thing is one of those things that's like I feel like it's bullshit. Like, oh, it's an entanglement. Ain't no entanglement because you was entangling nothing. You know what it was. You was cheating because at the end of the day, like I don't know what the laws are in California or whatever the case may be, but to my understanding, like when you're separated, you're still married. I know in the state of Louisiana, there's no such thing as a legal separation. You either marry or divorce. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day. I know everybody's situation is different. I'm not one who condone like things like that. I have had, men in relationships, marry or whatever the case may be, like, oh, me and my girl going through something. Okay, but are you divorced? No, but we separated. No, you're not. You still married. Like, no. Call me when you get the divorce. You know what I'm saying? So this whole entanglement situation, I think is one of those things by saying like, but we were separated, and Will was like, "Oh, I was done with you. I was done with your ass." But y'all was still married. You know what I'm saying? I know people say they were swingers, and they are swingers, and they have open relationship. Okay, cool. If it works for them, then that's fine. Entanglement, no, that just another word of saying you commit adultery, but you're trying to it's okay because you are who you are. At the end of the day, it's like she stated that she was there to help him heal. Okay, yeah, you help him heal, and then you jump right on the dick. Like, are you serious right now? Like, is that really helping? Like, you wanted to feel good.
If we could all be
you
so
could have
lucky
felt
though.
good by doing something else. To me, it's considered cheating. That's my perspective. That's my thoughts. That's what it is.
Yeah. Yeah. Boy. The victory.
Bruh. Well, I don't know. To me, once they tossed that she came with it just now, man. I think this entanglement thing, man, it's one of those things. People come up with the term and they go ahead and they sensationalize it. Social media is gonna take it and run. It's gonna be. I mean, if barbershops were open, it'd be barbershop conversation, and it would just be that conversation in the urban community. So, which it is. Personally, I think I think the whole thing is some bullshit, but I think it's one of those situations where there seemingly was an arrangement, and I don't think it was really a surprise to Will Smith. I think it may have been more of a surprise that it was something that they were going to discuss publicly. Because I guess when you kind of discuss things, in private, or y'all have your own understanding, that's one thing. But then once it gets to be a thing where you're bringing in, all these outside people that really had nothing to do with it, and you want to, sensationalize it or make money off of it, whatever the case is. I guess since August Alsina decided to open his mouth and say something, when he really should have kept his mouth closed, I guess they decided, well, shit, if he's going to make money off of it, he put the stuff out there, people are adding two and two up, looking at different things that they've seen in the media. Well, shit, we might as well capitalize off of it too, because if you think they didn't make a dime off of it, you're crazy. So I just personally think, people have, these arrangements, when you, I guess, enter to a certain level of society, you have these, unspoken relationships or whatnot, whether it's open marriages or, whatever you want to call it, with these little strange and intimate arrangements, that's up to them. That's a whole different world from the one that we exist in. So, they kind of move sketchy anyway, but I think it's awesome. It's awesome, some stuff to kind of, keep the entertainment world kind of buzzing. It also may be to kind of deflect upon some, to deflect from some other things that are going on in the media that people don't really pay attention to, like Hillary Clinton, having gone to trial. Then this other lady that's out there about to name drop on some people associated with some allegedly some pedophile type activities. So it may be a deflection. Who knows? That's just my conspiracy theorist side coming out. That's what I got on.
Well, let me ask y'all something. If Will is putting up with this, then what is Jada putting up with?
I feel like Jada is actually getting more props than anything. I think it's like, yes, sister, like, she letting her truth out, she letting it be known, she brought herself to the table, women can do this too. Like, it's like this whole, it turned into like this whole woman empowerment type thing, like self-advocating and self-love, like, yeah, like I can, dudes been doing it this whole time, but I'm a female, I'm letting my shit out, like I feel like she's getting more props where Will is getting more of like the meme that's more like embarrassing and like a shame at the same time because of what they saw of his appearance during that conversation,
So why? So wait. So why are women congratulating Jada on things that they condemn men
because
for?
I feel like most women feel like, okay, we, like, oh, I too can play that game, like I got it too, like y'all not the only ones out here doing it. And I think it's a reason because from my experience and from what I see and hear from women from different backgrounds, different genres, whatever the case may be, like women are more tactic when it comes to their arrangements and entanglements. I'm going to go ahead and use the word, whereas men tend to be a little bit more sloppy with it. So, August was the one who came up front and was like, yeah, I was in this relationship of like that. What I have seen, or what I've noticed, like, dudes like, man, it wasn't even like that. Jada was like, no, this is what it was. It was a entanglement, aka our relationship. Yeah, I did it. This what it was. I wanted to feel good. So I think most women's like, yeah, girl, speak your truth. Like, yeah, like I support you on that. And from what I see.
But she
not saying that I do
cheated,
support
and this
her.
is what
I'm saying like, what I see as women, like the comments, the memes, the reposting, the conversations, in the group messages, and the groups on Facebook and under, all that good stuff. Women are like, yeah, like she did it, like for sure, like, yeah, girl, all right now.
But this is the fallacy with women and their thinking and thinking that this is some type of empowerment thing. And Jada really set a bad example as far as the type of person she chose to cheat with. And I said because she chose a man that's not of the same stature as the man, or above the stature as the man that she already is married to.
Yeah, I
And
mean, I see that. I can see
That's
that.
that's the embarrassing part. That's the
that's supposed to
embarrassing
be the
part.
golden rule
Yeah,
when it
but
comes to that kind of
then,
food.
what about men well, just throwing out there, like, men who their woman is a certain look, and the woman they cheat with is, more like, has a more body, or a little bit maybe prettier, or finer, or the case may be. You know what I'm saying? Or, those that marry someone who's like, girl, I got it going on. She A1, and then the woman, the side chick, is like shit. Like, I'm just saying, like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Okay. So now I gotta ask you. So now I got what qualifies a woman to be A1
as
as
far as like,
looks go?
A1, it could be like career wise, like, she's a go getter, career driven, ambitious, independent, but can, need a man at the same time. She's not overzealous, things like that. She looks good. She take care of her body. She take care of her spirit mentally. Like, she cooks, she clean, all of that. Because not everyone can do that, man or female. Just put it out there. So
Yeah. So, but I can't see a woman like that getting cheated
oh,
on,
really? You think so?
and I cannot see a woman
Oh,
like that
okay.
getting cheated on. Not by a man that's up to her level, up to her standards, that I would imagine a woman like that being with. I can't see a woman like that being
Beyonce
cheated
got
on.
cheated on.
Beyonce got cheated
Mm.
on.
She did.
So,
Halle Berry got
okay,
cheated on.
so
Yeah.
yeah. But Halle kind of crazy as
Halle
cat
got
shit.
cheated on. Ain't no
But
kind of nothing.
you said mental health. Halle crazy as
Yeah,
cat shit.
Beyonce a
Let's
Virgo.
just
I
get that
can
out the
relate.
way.
We ain't all put together sometimes too.
So
Hey, well, we appreciate the honesty.
and when you got a yeah, and when you got a man of Jay-Z stature, you're gonna want some variety.
No,
Uh, uh,
I got
I mean that.
mm, mm,
Mm.
mm. You're gonna want that
Well,
variety.
now look,
And
I
at
have a
that
question.
point,
I have
and
something
I
I
gotta
want to throw.
say, okay, go ahead.
Yeah. I want to add, who do you think in that relationship? Who do you think was actually leading in that relationship?
Which one?
Like
Which
I'm
one?
sorry, go ahead back to the initial couple that we're talking about, Will Smith and
Oh,
Jada.
Will and Jada.
Jada.
Oh,
Jada.
Jada for sure.
Yeah,
Unfortunately.
Jada.
you can tell
Okay.
Jada is controlling. Jada
Right.
is she.
Right.
Yeah, Jada one thing's her way. Like, let me tell you something. If you just, I've been a fan of Jada for some time. I think her acting skills is phenomenal. I thought I love her in Low Down Dirty. I felt like she could play any type of character, set it off. I mean, she was always the girlfriend, go get a hood
Right.
chick, nice, whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Acting skills phenomenal. It wasn't until the Red Table that I realized, like, damn, like, Jada is something, baby. Like, she's
Yeah.
something. I did like my neck, but I can tell in if you look at the early videos of the Red Table, she stated in numerous times in different conversations with different guests that she did not want to be married. Married was not for her.
Mm.
See. See.
And one thing and sometimes the one thing men and women do not do, we don't really listen. So Will knew what he was getting himself into prior to, because she stated that she told Will that she did not want to get married. She felt she was in a marrying type. What happened within the 6 months of their relationship? She got pregnant. Well, everybody was saying, "Oh, Jada, you have to get married." The day that the engagement part up to marriage was the worst part of her life. She stated she did not feel good.
Oh.
because she did not want that to happen.
Mm.
So if I'm a celebrity and this is something I don't want, and my husband is one who was recently divorced from his previous marriage, is a married type of man, what am I going to tell my husband to please the both of us? Have you thought about open marriage? Have you thought about having, like these conversations, things like that? So you can tell she's one, like, look, she don't want to be controlled. She don't like to be controlled. She gonna do what she want to do and how she want to do it. You either with her or you're not.
That's
She
true.
also made a comment like this. Look, you and I gonna be two messed up people. I could be on one other end of the house. You could be on the other end of the house. We could be whoever we be with at the same time, but we're gonna be in this together. She stated that.
And her mom didn't even agree with that. Her mom thought she was crazy for saying that shit.
Yep.
Yeah. She ain't right. That's why I asked you about who you think led. That's why I asked that question.
Yeah, she did. Of course.
Speaking of,
that boy was broken.
Quick note on
was broken. When I'm telling you, this boy was like down on his knees, crawling. Basically, he mentally was unstable, and he reached out to this woman.
But he found enough strength to crawl.
Right, but guess what? But I guarantee you, before he crawled to the coochie, she fell. She sat on top of it. I guarantee you that.
She finessed that boy, man.
Right, she finessed.
He knows what the deal was. He didn't even realize. He didn't even realize it was happening. She probably had that intention from jump, and that was the opportunity to do it. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like seeing a guy. You know what I'm saying? Like from a woman, or I guess from a woman's perspective, seeing a guy who's like, physically fit, like his natural, his is a fit guy, but like maybe he's not in the best like job situation. He's not really the most clean person because he, doesn't have the proper finance. But a woman might look at this guy. You know what? If I clean him up and get him together, like this dude would get me right.
Bingo.
Go ahead and put a little time, little effort, few dollars behind it, and now you got who you want. You know what I'm saying? So to me, she watched that situation. She saw the opportunity and she struck. But to me, off the bat, Will Smith, he wound up building himself to be this, kind of smooth, kind of debonair guy. But Will Smith has been goofy the majority of his life. You know what I'm saying? He's always been that silly, like bopping around type guy. Like he never had that real smooth, suave type vibe until he kind of, he was on the verge of like getting with Jada. It's almost like he cleaned himself up. So they were from two different worlds seemingly, and he had to bow down in order to kind of accept, what he had to, be able to have her in his life like that. So,
well, then let me ask you this then, okay? So Will's been goofy his whole life, and he really didn't have like this masculine type, smooth, suave vibe until he got with Jada. So let me ask you this then. Now, who has Will been cheating with?
So,
because they got some type of rumors about him.
I've heard that. Not the same. We actually had this conversation recently.
Is Jada his beard? That's what I'm asking.
See, that's some rough shit. Is Jada his beard? That's I don't know, man. You got me with that one. I can only speak off of what I see from the outside because none of us are on the inside, but we know who kind of controls that deal. So it kind of seems like the dominance in that relationship comes from her.
Yeah, she has a lot of masculine tendencies.
Yeah.
They really do. So
and Will got a lot of feminine ones. Will got a lot of feminine ones.
Look how she ran this man.
But I think that Will for me, he appears to be way more emotional and invested than she is. Not saying that she's not, because she could be.
True.
She could definitely be, because she would have been in this marriage for this long period of time. But Will just seems like he's a more emotional type person. Like I feel like his love languages is more of like physical touch and like that quality time, because he loved family gatherings. He loved being together and them dressing alike and things like that. Jada don't like that.
Yep, that's true. I think he loves her more than she loves him. Because anytime, in that interview, when I heard him say, "I was done with your ass," I was like, "Wait a minute." Now we laughing and joking about this, but he made this comment. It wasn't like a two-way thing, like we didn't agree on this or we disagreed on this. It was I'm done with your ass. So it's like it was something that you did or some way that you behaved that made me be like, you know what? Fuck all of this.
Yep.
So that's how it came off to me. And I was like, wait a minute, this man is damaged. She did something to this man.
Right.
So
whatever his almost, because I feel like whatever that happened when he stated that, it was almost his breaking point, and they came to an agreement. Whatever it was, they came back together with an agreement.
Yeah.
And they like, okay, but I still feel like if you see that house, like the sky view of the house, I guarantee you they don't sleep in the same room.
Damn. Well, after all this come out, I mean, it seemed the reason you might want to keep your distance from him. But I mean, anytime my mama thinks she crazy, I mean, shit. Look at the product of that relationship. Look at the kids.
Yeah.
Look at the kids. The son. He made a comment. He kind of called like Tyler the Creator his dad. You know, now granted it was probably like symbolic, but it's like Tyler the Creator. What?
There's some very weird children. I mean, I hate to say that. Let me take that back. They're very unorthodox.
They are unorthodox, but they're basically on the verge of being adults now. And you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I mean, you know, they've been allowed to participate in some activities. You know, the daughter, she was in the bed with the man. I think the guy was like about 20.
Yeah, that's some real pedophile shit. Like, I didn't like that at all. I didn't like that at all.
And then that was on social media? Nah, bro. Y'all been on some strange shit, so, you know.
Yeah.
Each his own with that.
Oh, okay, so we're acknowledging that August Alsina was some kind of way broken or anything like that. So my question is, and me myself, I have a no snitch policy on everything, just about everything. But was he wrong for coming out and saying what he said?
Hell yeah.
Okay.
I think so. Because when that happened with the understanding, like you knew what you were getting into, you knew what the situation was, you know, and if you weren't willing to sit there and discuss that with, you know, I guess participate in those activities in front of this man, you know, why would you go and bring this up later? Like you could have, you know, it just wasn't necessary. You don't, if you and someone have an understanding, that's not supposed to happen like that. The understanding is that you keep your mouth closed. You know, two people in a marriage, they have kids together, they built a financial empire, if you will, with each other. You know, have properties, stocks, and all these different things. And here you go coming talking about some physical shit, you know, that you had with somebody because you got your ass emotionally hurt. Sometimes that shit happen when you're dealing with an older woman and you're out of your league. But you keep your mouth shut. You had no business saying that. Who are you? Who are you? You know, on one hand, you want to talk the hood shit, but then you turn around and do something like this. Nah, bro.
Truth
broken. Yeah, broken. That was some emotional shit he did, man. It was embarrassing, to be honest. You know?
It's been spoken. You're absolutely right.
It was. City boy took an L on that one. What you got to say, Nitty?
City boy.
I 1,000% agree with Demetrius. Like, I agree. I don't know how many times I have said truth has been spoken. I don't think there's nothing else to come after that. That's exactly what it is right there. What you said, boy, that's exactly what happened.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, finger snap. Finger snapping.
Appreciate it.
So let me ask you guys something. Now you can share or you can not share, but you know, in counseling, sometimes we disclose. You know, so have you guys ever been involved in any type of entanglement?
Nah.
Without your knowledge.
You said without?
If it's without our knowledge, then how would we, how we would know,
Oh, okay. I'm saying like maybe you found out later on that you were involved into some entanglements and something of that nature.
Nah,
I mean, at least
nah.
I don't think that I have. I do my best not to. And, you know, like I said before some time ago, like I asked a lot of questions. I mean, there have been moments where,
Mm-hmm.
you know, I've been single for some time. And so a lot of the men that come up to me, truthfully speaking, they are in situations. They are either married or have a living girlfriend or girl they've been with for some time, uncommon law type shit. And I'm like, I'm straight. Oh no, we not together. We just live together for the kids. I'm straight. Cause I'm trying to avoid shit like that. I don't know
Shit.
entanglements. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, I'm straight. Now, have known something without my acknowledgement? I wouldn't know.
Yeah.
So, but there are some dudes out there that's very straightforward. I have seen men come talk to me and I look and they literally have a ring on their finger. I'm like, you're married, right? Like, this making sure you're married or you married to Christ? It's like, oh no, yes. No, I'm serious. I do ask that. Like, are you married to a woman or are you married to Christ? Like, because they do have some men, who are spiritual, they'll, put a ring on to,
Baby, you're
give
teaching
their
me
weight.
something right
What?
now. You're teaching me something.
I'm
Yeah,
telling you.
women do it too. I know some women that have it as well.
Yeah.
Because I've got a
I've
friend.
heard of women doing that, but that's it's
Mm.
only a few. But like guys, never heard that.
Yeah,
It's
so
typically with
I'm
them. With
like,
them, it's
okay, so
normally
what's
what it is.
right? So I'm like, okay, so what's your situation? You know what I'm saying? Like, what's going on? So like I said, I've came across a lot, and I try to avoid a situation like that. I don't care how handsome you are, how you look, or whatever. Let me tell you something. Ain't that serious? Because ain't nobody gonna be knocking on my door talking about you messing with my baby daddy. First of all, I had never been to a fight. I ain't fighting nobody. Because what I do, I pick up shit. I'm not about to do all that. So I'll all it all together.
Yeah, yeah. I don't. And me, I don't like she said knowingly. Nah, because I've been one of those observing people, so I kind of always watching, kind of figure things out. Before I go ahead and step into it, I watch for the signs. But like I have a lot of partners who, they're a lot more forward when it comes to like those types of things. And none of them were married, but they wound up in a situation where they were dealing with somebody who was separated or whatever. So one of my boys got caught in his drawers in the guy's house. Him and the
Oh
woman
no.
were they had spent the night together or whatnot, and I guess the woman was staying in the house and the guy wasn't. I guess he was staying somewhere else, but he could see the cameras in the house, and he got my boy in his drawers on camera. So it's like,
Oh man. That'll get somebody hurt.
yeah, you know what I'm saying. So that's the reason why you don't fool with that stuff. And I'm gonna bring this other situation into real light. There was a situation I had where a guy, I spoke to him because I seen him in the past, and the guy like was looking at me kind of strange. I'm like, what is this about? So his his wife, I guess him and his wife had some issues. She contacted me on a like cool tip because I would see her around, we speak or whatnot. I used to work with her kids. So I guess he having to see the conversation. She tried to start a conversation with me when they were on the fringes because he hadn't stepped out of their relationship. And I guess, she didn't know what direction it was going in. So she, I guess, was trying to feel her way out to see who she could, get at so she can get back at him. And he called himself getting pissed at me. It's like, brother, listen, first of all, I didn't initiate anything with your lady. You know what I'm saying? I didn't push the issue. I backed off from it. And if that was a situation where if I had have indulged it, then it'd have definitely been a physical altercation out there. But it just go to show you like those type of situations, man, it's not worth it. Some people like to play those games. But people willing to go to the end of the earth behind their feelings, man. So you got to be careful with that stuff. Yeah, dude, try to check me about that. It's like, man, listen, you talking to the wrong person. You got your information all mixed up.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. I don't want nobody questioning me about nothing I got going on. Like, go ahead and ride the sucker out with somebody else. I don't got time for all that.
Yeah. Not at all.
Huh. Okay. That's what's up. We got some faithful people on this line. Um.
Now listen. I noticed you didn't.
So
You posed the question to us, but I noticed you didn't delve into that, man. Would you? Do you have any? Any experience you like to divulge? Do you like to share?
Right. What are your thoughts, Tyrus?
well,
You know what I'm saying? Let's just make it hot. You know what I'm saying? It's got to get hot in here.
Okay, so in my I think I don't know if I disclosed this before, but in my younger days at Suno, um, I was a side dude,
Okay.
and I
Okay.
had a side woman, and I had at the same time, and yeah, I mean, like it was going well because she was from out of town, whatever the case was, and her boyfriend he was out of town, so but everything went well. I I really can't say anything negative about the experience. Now that I'm an adult, I would say that I wouldn't do that now because I don't want no bad karma coming towards me or anything like that. I'm more I like structure more now too. But yeah, it was a good ordeal, man. I mean, I even brought even brought it home to Thanksgiving to meet my family and everything.
Oh.
So yeah, yeah. That's when I was out there heavy, and I used to and I was cold. I was cold.
Yeah.
But I'm a new person now though, so that's my little entanglement.
No, I think like to
But
each his own. That worked for you, then that worked for you. So.
yeah, it definitely did, and she was older,
Oh
and
yeah.
so everything just worked to my advantage. So it was just like everybody knew their role, everybody knew everything. Well, everybody didn't know everything, but we both knew our roles and
Yeah, you
everything like
played your
that, and what
part.
to do and
You
stuff like that.
you understood your position. Exactly. I think that's
Exactly.
where a lot of people fuck up
You
at. They
know?
don't understand their position. Okay?
Yeah.
That's why
See.
communication is important. You need to know where you stand with people. Like, this is what it is. This is what it looks like.
Right.
If you're going to tell somebody, let me know. If you want to keep this undercover, that's cool with me. But you can't be going around just saying all kind of stuff without letting me know. You know what I'm saying? I need to be aware of these conversations. So you understood the position. That's why it worked for
Right.
you. And you had no issues. You understood exactly what was going on. August, obviously, he didn't know what was going on. He didn't play his position.
He didn't. He thought he was a quarterback when really he was a running back.
Exactly. But the thing about it, what's so crazy about it is, and let me tell you, being in the field that I am in and looking at his situation, I honestly believe that he probably really deeply thought that he was in a relationship with this woman for real. Yes, he knew that he was married, that she was married. But there was a comment that he made during the interview with Angela Yee that, yeah, Will was okay with it. Because in his head, Jada was probably like, yeah, it's okay. Will and I have an understanding. So on the other end, receiving that, he probably was like, oh, well, he's okay with this. Although Will never verbally stated to him or probably to Jada or whatever, we don't really know that this is okay, So when you coming from a place of hurt and someone's there to take care of you, to be there for you, to hold you, console you, and everything like that, you take that as a placement of love. This person loved me. This person is in love with me. And one thing led to another in it. And to him, he probably thought he was in Jada. I mean, she said I was in a relationship, but he probably thought this was like, man, I'm in love with this woman. Like, she cares about me. She's in love with me. This lady took care of me. She cares for my heart, not just me mentally. She took care of me mentally, spiritually, emotionally, physically, like all the aspects, mind, body, and soul. So to him, it was more than just a entanglement. Dude was in love. So in that case, I think that's why I don't really like the respect level. Is kind of like, damn, Jada, dog, you kind of fucked up because like you took a. I felt, you know, and I could be wrong, but just the outside looking at, I feel like she took advantage of someone who was hurting. Because they, mind you, this happened outside of people who are celebrities. This happened, you know, to me, happened to several people. I don't know if you guys, but like when you in a place of hurting and someone's there to help you and to be there for you, and instead of being all nicey and being there for you and all that, you think like, well, I think this person may like me, you know, because you know what I'm saying? Like your mind starts to wander, you know, because you're in a vulnerable place. So, I mean, that's also my take on it too. Like I said, I could be wrong, but being in my position as far as like someone who, you know, who a social worker and someone who specializes in mental health, like, you know, you have to be careful with situations like that, you know?
So you think communication would have made it better for the both of them?
I felt like there was no communication. I felt like he thought this is what it was, and you know, and yeah, true. Let me tell you something. I'm all about my contracts. We could do verbal agreements, but it's more than a handshake for me. If you and I in this together and you got something else going on that I don't know about, I need you to write it on the dotted line. Like, look, I know my position.
Oh, wait. Oh, whoa. Wait, what? Hold on.
No, I'm saying like, you know, I'm all about contracts. Like when there's an arrangement, and I'm not talking about sexual arrangement in a relationship, when there's like a business arrangement and everything like that, I don't go about word of mouth. I need you to write it down. I need you to write it down. I'm going to sign it. I don't care if it's on a McDonald's napkin. Okay? Because I want to know that you and I both understand our positions and what we're playing in this agreement. And that's just what it is.
Okay. All right.
Because I don't want no, I don't do surprises. Surprises are not my best friend. I'm sorry.
Demetri.
Oh, his phone went out.
Just left.
He accidentally hung up.
Just left. But so you said contract. So do we as far as like verbal agreements, do we talk about relationships? As far as like relationships, do you get that in signature, or do you just, is that like verbal?
My next relationship, I sure will. Because I'm gonna tell you something. Yeah, like, because you can say, oh yeah, we took like today on, you know, July 13th, 14th, whatever today, you can say at 9:37, needing out in a relationship. I want it written down. Because if you, after we hang up this phone, you go back and say, oh yeah, we just cool, I'm gonna get on you. And that's true story.
Wow. Okay. So have you ever been in a relationship? Well, have you ever thought that you were in a relationship or moving towards a relationship and it wasn't what the other person wanted, or there was a lack of communication? Or it wasn't what you thought it was? Have you ever been in a situation like that?
Repeat it again.
Have you ever been in a situation where you thought you were in a relationship or that you were moving towards one, but it wasn't really like that because of a lack of communication? Or
I wouldn't say lack of communication. Like it was confusion. Like the person expressed what they wanted in the beginning, and I was like, okay, well, I want the same things too. So we want the same things, you know, we're out and about dating, doing X, Y, and Z. But then again, when things start to get kind of serious, kind of was like, oh, I'm not sure if I want this. It was more of that. You kind of like, well, damn. Like, oh, okay. So, yeah, I would say that it wasn't no surprises as far as, like, it was more of that situation. That's a situation I had been in more than one time. Yeah.
Okay. So, another question. You stated earlier, like A1 chicks, they tend to get like, they could get cheated on too, and things of that nature. So I'm going to assume that everybody. Oh, we got Demetri back. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Back,
I don't
brother?
know what happened, but here I
am. Cool. So I just asked Nydia. Have you ever been in a situation where you thought you were moving towards a relationship, or that you thought you were in a relationship, but it wasn't really like that? Have you ever been in that type of situation?
Yeah, it's a long time ago. But yeah, I would say that. But it was an awkward thing because it was like a long distance relationship. So it was one of those things that really shouldn't have been pushed in that direction anyway. It was kind of like a force. I don't want to say a force type thing. Looking back at it, knowing what I know now, it's more force. But yeah, I can say that situation happened. Yeah, but
would you like to share a little bit?
I mean, mainly it was
Give us some details.
Yeah, it was just a long distance relationship. One person, well, I was living here, and the other person was living in Houston. So there really was no I could have traveled or whatnot, but it was one of those things. I was in school and I was working. I think I was working at Target at the time, and it was just the things on this side they weren't in line. She had like 2 jobs or whatnot, and had trouble making ends meet after she decided to move away. And certain people, they don't really process, like when they're going through a tough time, they don't think to like look to the person that they talk to the most, or people that are close to them, and they kind of like start to kind of distance themselves from people. So I mean, that's that situation in a nutshell. So just in two different two different places in life at the time.
Yeah. Yeah. The type of woman that you pick to be to be in your life forever, your wife, it's really a reflection on you as a person, as a man. And I must say, as a man, I can't see too many dudes putting up with that type of activity, especially with the public embarrassment.
Yeah.
So, what incentive would Will Smith have to forgive Jada and to stay in this bad marriage for life, as they put it?
Well, it's a lot of financial obligations that they have. They've and I think mainly that's pretty much what it is. I mean, obviously they have kids together that they're still kind of raising. I think one of them is under 18, right? The daughter.
16, 17.
Yeah, the daughter.
16,
Yeah,
17. She's old enough to, she's seen Red Table Talk. I'll be like, you seen Red Table Talk?
Yeah.
I'm out, done with your mama.
Yeah. Yeah. So she's on the cusp of adulthood, but I think, she decided to go to school or whatever. It's till 21 or however you want to cut it. But the kids are basically almost grown, but I think the financial portion is what might hit, because I think Will Smith's acting career has been more lucrative than her acting career, because hers kind of, fizzled out, and she kind of made a transition into, talk shows, so it's a different type of money. But I think together they made money, and there's going to have to be that sit down like, okay, so if we go ahead and we go our separate ways, we have this property, we probably have these things that we've invested in. So, and you may have one person who invested more than the other, so they're going to have to bust that financial portion up. And I think that's one of the things that makes people not want to go their separate ways, because of the headache of having to split and not want to give up what their investment was in it, So I think that's that's his incentive for not going. Part of his incentive for not going. And where the financial part is probably the biggest, because the kids are older. So I would say the finance.
Right. Jaden and Willow can pretty much take care of themselves.
Yeah. But I don't think Will Smith would get those type of roles if he wasn't married.
You don't think he would get those kind of roles?
Because if you notice, black men in Hollywood are they're movie stars and stuff like that. Basically, they have to be married. They don't really promote black men that's single or bachelors. You rarely see that in Hollywood.
You mean the black actors in Hollywood that are of a higher caliber?
Yes.
Yeah, because you got Denzel's married, Will's married.
Yep. Samuel L.
Jackson. Now, Morris Chestnut is not quite up there with them, but he's looked upon as a, pretty positive figure or whatnot. And he's had some pretty decent roles. But yeah, I'm trying to think of some that What about Idris Elba? Because I know they tried to push him.
I was
Yeah,
just
he's
thinking
married.
about him.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
married.
How
He's
long has
married
he
to
been married though? Because he hadn't been married for a
Sabrina.
long time.
No,
He's
he's
either
been married
married.
for maybe like 2 years now.
Yeah, I'm about to
Yeah,
say his should be relatively recent. He's
Right,
been getting roles. Shit, he
right.
got
That's what I'm
Marvel
saying. He's
roles.
been getting roles.
yeah.
But
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't really know how accurate that statement is,
Well,
And you had Tay Diggs too, but Tay Diggs now in television more than film.
right. Now he was
But he was
married, but he was
married.
married to I'm gonna let Tyrus take this one.
That's
I'm
somebody
gonna
I'll be married to. That's for damn sure. Let's just put it like that.
right.
That's for damn
Oh
sure.
man.
I just
Well, I
like
want
what
to
I
let you
like. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah,
uh,
yeah.
give me, like I said, give me my black woman with the hair wraps and you know, and a so-called bad attitude. Give me all that. I'll take all that. But
Yeah.
anyway, moving forward, where do you guys see the relationship going? Is their relationship going towards healing? Is Jada gonna heal Will Smith now that he looks broken? What y'all
I
think?
feel like their relationship is going to be what it is. They're not going. I don't think no divorce coming soon, because
Mm-hmm.
all I have heard in my adult life, more than anything, is that they have an arrangement. So I mean,
Mm-hmm.
do I really care? No, not really.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah.
like I just feel like whatever it is, it's what it is.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I
Mm-hmm.
don't know, man. I don't know how soon it will come. I feel like eventually it will, because certain things kind of hurt worse than other things. And then, like the internet's undefeated. I don't care what you say. People can move
Mm-hmm.
past it, but there's a certain time that everybody begins to feel like an ass. Even somebody as cold and callous as 50. Everybody has their point, man.
Yeah.
You know, and I just, I don't think it'll be coming soon, but I think eventually it'll happen, unless she done buried his drawers in the yard somewhere.
That's an old trick right there. That's
Yeah.
old. That's old right there.
If he
I told
can't find
somebody.
them drawers, he might be
I
there
told
for a
some,
while.
I told somebody that happened to my uncle, and they was like they didn't believe that,
They ain't
but
believe me, huh?
that's something that happens though. They don't
Believe me.
understand. Yeah.
Find them drawers. Gotta find them
Yeah.
drawers so he can get out of there.
Yeah, you got to be old school to understand that, man. You got
Yeah,
to.
yeah,
but
yeah.
but yeah. So that's going to be the end of tonight's show. I want to thank you guys for joining me. But before we get out of here, y'all know I like a positive word. I want y'all to tell the people what y'all got going on. Nydia, what's up?
So just the same as last week, your girl is a life coach,
Mm-hmm.
self care advocate.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I have going on. And I took your advice. I will be doing my LLC probably tonight, actually.
Oh, that's what's up.
So yes, I'm gonna be super legit because
What's the name
one
of the
thing.
business again?
Yeah,
What's the
yeah.
name of the? I'm sorry.
Okay, so I'm not going to reveal the name of my business until I for sure get the LLC. But
Okay, all
what
right.
I do is I do life coaching, and I'm a self-care advocate, and I do a lot of mental health work. So that's what I do. That's my whole thing. I'm a social worker, or whatever the case may be. So yeah, that's what I do. That is who I am and what I'm about. All things mental health, all things self-care, taking care of yourself, mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually, things of that nature. My Instagram page is Network with Me. So you can just, look me up and pretty much, see what I have going on. I sit on a panelist, the second and the third Wednesday of each month. Right now we're taking a break. I'll be back on August. So we just talk about mental health, things you should know, especially like during this pandemic, things about COVID, Black Lives Matters, X, Y, and Z. And that's pretty much it though. As far as like a positive note, I don't know, like just honestly, just be safe. with any and everything. Just be yourself. Just, I don't really, normally I have something nice to say, but I think that is so nice and important, but I don't have any inspirational quotes or things to do. The only thing I can say is just them stay safe. In all aspects, respect yourselves, respect your bodies, men and women, love yourselves, love your bodies, believe in yourself, believe that you can do whatever you put your mind to it, don't let nobody else tell you any differently. And that's about it.
Okay. Dimitri, what's up, brother? What you got for us?
At the present moment, I don't have anything going on. I'm just preparing myself to move back into the education field because we're making a plan for these kids for the coming school year.
Yeah, quick note. How
hmm?
is that? How is that going? I'm sorry to interrupt you, Ben. How is
No,
that
that's all
going
good.
with
It's,
the kids and everything? Is
at
everything
this
got that?
particular point, I have to get back to you because we're in the midst of a lot of planning. A lot of schools in different states, they've come up with a particular plan that they would like, but the particular network that I work in, they're kind of tight-lipped about what direction they want to go in because I guess they don't want to put anything out there and then they have to hurry up and change. They want to be as accurate as possible with their first piece of information that they give. So, but as of right now, it seems like we're going to initially begin through, I guess, educating via Zoom, and then maybe down the line we may be in schools, but we have to wait until the 20th before we actually get more specific information.
Okay. All
Yeah,
right.
but yeah, my positive word is just parents. You've had the opportunity to spend time with your kids. Just make sure that you continue to impart, the best of the knowledge that you have, even if you're, a person that hasn't, finished high school or college or anything like that. Just, that doesn't make you a bad person to your kids. Just do the best that you can as far as educating them on what to look for out in the world, and again, just allow them to experience being a child, what it's like to be a child. That's very important in child development. So just take your time and actually teach and love your kids.
Okay. And Nydia, when you do get your name and everything, make sure you send it to me so I can promote it, and we could promote your stuff and support you as much as we possibly can.
I appreciate that. I
Well,
absolutely will. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
so,
And my positive word is, man, always have your stuff together, and but be on top of your life. Be on top of your life. Always, have a plan and do your best to execute that plan. And that's pretty much all I have to say. And as always, New Orleans Politics is streaming on Amazon Prime. Watch it, comment, do what y'all got to do with that. I like the numbers. I'm still liking the numbers. The numbers are good. And I'm expecting to have some good news soon. But that'll conclude tonight's show. And thank you guys for joining me. I want everybody to have a good night.
All right. Good night.
yes.
All right.
Peace.